Okay, check this out real quick. This is 26. 176 is down here. Take 26 to exit 5. Campobello exit. Take a left. You come through here. You go through Campobello by the Dollar General. You veer off at an angle to the over the hill, kind of to the right. Then you come into Goinsville at the red light. That's 35714, I believe, blinking red light. There's a restaurant right here. I don't know what it is. And then you keep going, follow the road, or you could take 26 up here and get off, I believe it's exit 40, which is Asheville Highway 280. And then it turns into 280 and 64. And then you can go into Brevard, and then Rosman, North Carolina, and then Cashiers, Sapphire Valley, and the Highlands. And then you could shoot down, take a right in town there by the Ace Hardware. It's really ritzy. Everything between Cashiers and the Highlands is very rich. Okay, see, this is what I was saying right here. You could take this past Hendersonville, Flat Rock area, Bat Cave. You could get off on 64 right here and run 64 over here to Brevard area, right at the light. Or you could keep going up. I believe this is exit 40. You come up by the, get off there, take a left. You go past the State Fairgrounds, Asheville Airport, Ingalls. Because up here you have, let's see, somewhere in here is Pink Beds, and above Cradle of Forestry, which is right here. Okay, let's go back. So anyways, you got to 276. Glenn and I took Highway 11 up Caesar's Head, down into town behind the college, into Brevard, took a right, went through town about 3 blocks, and then go out of town a couple miles, and there's a light. It says 276 Pisgah left. And there's a kayak bike shop right on the corner. You can't miss it. If you go a little bit further, you hit the South Mills River somewhere over here. But anyways, go up 276, and the first, there's a lot of like coon tree, there's a lot of places with picnic benches along the Davidson River, which flows all the way up here and stuff. Courthouse Creek is off of there. There's Cool Falls back there. They're about, I don't know, 50 feet or 60 feet. It's like the Blue Lagoon. That's a dirt road. That's 140 if you're interested. I'm just letting you know, it's one way in, one way out, just like Cataloochee. Cataloochee is a little bit wider, but, you know. Okay, so anyways, you're following Courthouse Creek, and then you got the Davidson kind of headwaters, and it creates the Davidson, but whatever. So anyways, I got on here 276, and then you go underneath the parkway, and then you go down about 17 miles or so, 18 miles, and you end up in Waynesville. Okay, now you follow Waynesville through town. You go through about 2 blocks of traffic, 3 past the courthouse and stuff, and then you veer right, and then you veer left. Okay, you come to a T intersection. Okay, so when you get to the T intersection, you want to go left and right. Just follow 276. It turns into Jonathan Highway, which is a 2-lane divided highway, and it dead ends right at, where is it? I guess this is 40 right here. I don't believe in the interstates because people from all states drive on those roads, and well, if you drive through the mountains, that makes you a damn good driver, otherwise, or darn good driver. Otherwise, you make a mistake, well, you're not going home or going to your destination, basically. That's why people stay out of the mountains sometimes. Anyways, when you get here, you take a left and a right. Lake Janaluska's right there. I screwed up because I got my maps in my head. I got all the roads I've ever been on are photographed in my head. It's strange. You wouldn't understand. So anyhow, you go up here, and then when you get to Cataloochee, the last exit on the left-hand side, right here, is Cove Creek Road. COVECREEK, Cove RD, period. And then type in Jonathan Highway. JONATHANHWY. It'll come up. Now this road right here is going to be dirt. It's going to start off as asphalt. There's 5 mile, 10 mile an hour turns, everything. There's 180 degree turns. Be careful. You won't meet anyone on the way in, but you must leave, say, Spartanburg area about 3 a.m. You need to get there 1 hour prior to sunrise. 1 hour prior to sunrise, because the elk are only out in the very early morning or late evening hours. Okay, now you travel the 6.9 miles, about 20-25 minutes in. It's not bumpy, it's pretty graded in most places. Rain got to it in a little bit. There's no ruts, no deeper than 2 inches deep in like 2 spots. But Glenn didn't have a problem with it, so I don't think anyone will, or most anyone. Anyways, you come to an asphalt road. You can only go left, or you go straight to another dirt road. Take a left, go down there about a mile. It only goes 1.7 miles. You go start going down a grade. You got like a brown wooden fence on the right. Be careful you do not hit any bear, elk, or deer, or any other wildlife, because you're more than likely going to get fined for it. But anyways, so just drive the 1.7 miles. Then you come across another 2 more smaller pastures. You see mountains on both sides of you, which is really cool. And there's a ranger house on the right. There's yellow gates there. They say open from dusk till dawn, but if they're open, you can drive through. As soon as you drive through, there will be like a huge oak tree. It looks like it's almost sitting in the road, but it's not. It's on the left-hand side. Drive very slow through there. It's going to probably be just a tint of light in the sky, but tomorrow would be the day to go. It would be October 14th, because they're in the rut season right now, mid-September through mid to late October. But the changing of the leaves will be right now to go, Saturday or Sunday. But you must leave at 3 a.m. in the morning to get there on time before even the tint. We got there 10 minutes prior to even the tint of light coming in the sky. Not the sun, but just the tint of it. And just so happens there was some other group there. It really just bothered me because there was like 200 people there. I've never seen more than 5 or 6 people there in my life. But it's very cool. So check it out. And on the way back, come up 276, follow the same route. But then what I want you to do, if you're interested, because I know you like taking pictures, is to take, you go follow 276 back through. As you're leaving town, you'll come to a stoplight with an angle road that kind of goes from lower left to upper right. 110 to the left, 215 to the right. Take a right. 215 will bring you up. You'll go over High Arch, Triple Arch Bridge, which is only 4 and 4.1 miles from the Parkway. You go past, way before that, you'll go past Lake Logan, by Apostle Church. It's gorgeous up there right now. I mean, it's full color. Graveyard Fields is on your left. You can see it when you get to the top of the Parkway. You get on the Parkway. If you went left, you'd hit Devil's Courthouse on the right. You got Black Balsam Road. You can drive up there and camp in the back. Go down a little bit further on the left. You got Graveyard Fields and Lower Falls and Upper Falls, and then you can walk. I always walk up Yellowstone Prong. But if you're coming down 215, as you come down the first descent, and then you start leveling off. On your left-hand side, State Forest Road 140 is a gravel, I said earlier, Yellow Gap Gorge or South Mills River Road was 140. That's 1206. Courthouse Creek is on 140. You could take a left. There should be on the second bridge. Actually, they're repairing these 2 little tiny bridges, right? They even work on Sundays. That's crazy, but that's North Carolina, so they care about their stuff. But it'll be at the second one coming down. There's a gravel road on the left-hand side. It's 2.9 miles back. Well worth it. I got a 2014 Dodge truck, and I do not want to scratch it. Okay, so I'm real careful. But you go up there. There are 2 tight spots in there. I'm just letting you know, but it's worth it. If you go a little bit more down on your right, probably about 2 miles, you pass Dave's gas station on the left, and then look for about another mile. You will see it bends to the right, and there will be a pull-off for about 4 to 5 cars. Pull over, because there's a yellow building right there, some church, convent or something. Don't pull in the parking lot, pull off the side of the road right there, and there's a street to the left. That is Cathedral Falls, where those 2 falls come together, but it looks like 4 were falling and 1 was falling. Then it goes down. It's the North Fork of the French Broad. Even though it says private property, it says enter at your own risk. That means you can go on the property, but if you get hurt, that's your problem. So, walk down to the end. I mean, I got Glenn to do it, man, and it was cool. You see the whole face of the mountain right there, and the river roaring down. You're on Glacial Rock. That's the place to check. So anyways, after you leave there, you go another mile down the road. You got Pari on the right-hand side on Macedonia Road. It's open Monday through Saturday, like 10 to 4 or something. It's Pisgah Astronomical Research Institute. It's a NASA tracking center built in 1962. In 1963, 380 people worked there. There's 7 buildings with no windows at all, and they have 4 huge telescopic dishes, and they're 120 feet across by about 300 feet high. And if you go, you could drive up there afterwards, and they're doing a gem program with other countries right now where they're exchanging the stuff. So most of their gems, emeralds, rubies, beryl, sapphire, etc., came out of Statesville, North Carolina, off the ground. There's gemstones. Oh my God, there's 3 emeralds in a boulder up there. I was like, oh man. The biggest piece of mica is like a 5 foot by 5 foot piece, and the biggest I found was like 1 inch by 1 inch. So they got a lot of cool aquamarine up there and fluorite and all that other stuff. But check it out, man. They got geodes up there the size of 20 people. But and a fossil from dinosaurs embryos in there. It's pretty wicked. But yeah, do not ask about an underground, because I went underground 5 years ago. I saw shit. You couldn't take pictures. The last 4 years, they said it hasn't been open, and then this past time I went in April, they said that there is no downstairs. Pulled aside 10 minutes later, and the guy said, if you'd like to come back to our establishment, please do not mention there's downstairs. It's for experimental use only from now on. I'm like, okay. Well, a lot of colleges do research there and stuff. Professors ask questions. I'd go on and on. But if you keep going down the road, you come to Rosman, Headwater Outfitters right there. Take a left on 64 and a right on 178 real quick, which is Pickett's Highway. Go 3.4 miles down. On the right-hand side, look for that guardrail. As soon as you pass that little creek, running through the backyards of those houses, which look really cool, you'll bend to the right, and you'll start going up that road past all those houses, probably about a mile. And there's a dirt road right there, and there's a big pond, and then on the other side of the dirt pond, there's 2 more dirt road. There's 2 more ponds. Turn in there. It says Mountain Meadows on a green sign, like a bigger, like a 2x10 or 2x12 or something sign like that. But check that out. Drive in there, you'll see a house. As you're driving closer to this house, there's 2 trees. And a little tiny sign that says Waterfalls. Pull. You'll see a circle around the guy's house. Pull back there. Park your vehicle right there. It says parking. You could see East Totowa Falls right from the back of this guy's window. And they say they're like 42 feet tall or something, but they look a lot taller. But now if you drive another 5 miles down the road or something, you come to, there's a dirt area, and you'll cross over another creek. Actually, it's not a creek, it's a river. Or it's part of the East Totowa, or a branch of it anyways. Anyways, it says Duke Foothills, or something Foothills Trail or something like that. Big old billboard right there. Pulling that dirt. There's a road that goes down and a road goes up. The one that goes up goes to Jumping Off Rock, which is National Geographic's top 50 picks of places, serene places left to see in the United States of America in 2013. Jumping Off Rock, off a horse pasture road. It's 9.7 miles in. The narrowest road I've ever been on in my life. And if you meet someone over there coming on, you can't go over like about 7 miles an hour in my truck. So 9.7 miles took about an hour and 50 minutes. I met someone really cool there. He taught me a lot about photography, man. I remember everything. Jamie, thanks for all your info and info from everybody else, man. Ever since I met him, I've been shooting raw photos, so that's cool. The other thing is I'm going on an expedition starting Saturday. Expedition, exploration, I don't know, looking for geodes. Maybe in eastern Kentucky, West Virginia. Going to go try to find some waterfalls I've never seen, some bridges. I'd like to go to Mayberry Mill. I'm definitely going to Cades Cove. I'd love to go down to Ball Grounds, Georgia again and go to Gibbs Garden, but that's 600 miles round trip right there. And I got a season's pass. But I wanted to see the Japanese trees. He's got over like 2,000. It's 221 acres, 33 ponds, 22 bridges, or, you know, crossover ponds type deals, lilies, carnations, roses, azaleas, rhododendrons, like you see in Carver's Gap, Roan Highlands, and then on the right up there, that's 261 north, 221 north to left on 226. You go under the parkway at Spruce Pine, you continue on, you get to 19, you take a left, you take a right on 261 north, go 16.6 miles, and you're at Carver's Gap, which is 5,512 feet. Roan Highlands is to the left. You can see the rhododendrons there in mid to late June blooming in full bloom. I saw them in full bloom down at Gibbs Gardens in early May, so they came early this year. If you go up to the right, it's a 5.1 mile hike to 6,380 feet, Gracie Ridge Bald. And the first hike is 6/10 of a mile. You get worn out. I'm not a hiker. I'm too old to hike. But it's called Round Bald, I think. And then it goes down, and then you go across Engine Gap, and then it kind of goes down, then it goes up to James Bald, which is 5807, then it goes down, then it goes way up here to Grassy Ridge Bald, where I was assaulted by a doe. It was just, the moon was setting, and it was like about another 50 minutes before I even see the sun, and I was freezing to death. Then it was back in the middle of summer. Yeah, okay. Boulders up there, no trees, beautiful. You can see the tops of every mountain, including you can see Linville Gorge clear as day. Alright, talk to y'all later. I hope this video wasn't too bad, and I didn't babble too much later.